What's good, y'all? It's your boy OPZ back at it again with another album tier list. Someone left a comment on my last Denzel Curry album review saying that I should check out Melt My Eyes, See Your Future by Denzel Curry. He also let me know some other things. Thank you for the comment, by the way. So yeah, I'm over here making it, and we're gonna check them out. I've only really heard the one album, King the Mischievous South by Denzel Curry. I haven't really listened to anything else, so I mean, let's hop right into it. So I mean, we want to talk about how to start an album, how to I mean, I haven't heard anything else on this album. That's the first song. And um, talk about melting the eyes. They're not melting the eyes. He melting the brain, bro. Like that was so well thought out. It was so self-aware. It was so much truth. All the comments are saying this slaps fire. He's spitting truth. He came in spitting. Like I can't disagree. There's the general populace has already spoken. This album, I know it's already old. It's 2 years old by internet times. That's 20 years. That song right there will stand the test of time, and I'll put my whole bank account on it right now. That was fire. Now it might not be, sorry, it might not be an everyday listen. It could be if I'm in that kind of vibe, but it's definitely something you appreciate every single time you hear it. That's something I can appreciate about it. I mean, talk about taking you to another realm. Like I on top of a mountain, arms by my side, T posing, wind all up in my armpits, like flowing freely. I'm talking everything. Like holy, I could make myself a cold bath and somehow enjoy it with that song on. Like wow, I'm so blown away by the song. I paused the recording before I didn't even put it nowhere. It melted. There's nothing else I can say. My brain is fried. All right. So sit down. If you're standing up, sit down. Okay. Got to talk about this one. Walking. I was so down for the beginning. Right. That first part. That first minute 30. I was like, wow, this is beautiful. He's like doing an oldish style, but like bringing a modern tone to it. It was awesome. And then he switched it, and I'm like, oh no. I'm like, oh no, this is about to go so south. I'm like, this is about to go so wrong. I could feel it, right? And then the transition just went so smooth. The singing, and then he hops on that thing, moonwalking. I'm talking straight up sideways moonwalking. He going left and right while doing the moonwalking animation. Like that's crazy. I, man, I have a feeling that this whole album is gonna slap, and it's gonna come off as super glazed. But to be honest, this channel is all about honesty. I do not care. Okay? If I like something, I'm going to rate it how I feel is appropriate. And if I don't like it, I'm going to put it where I feel is appropriate. You know, if you look back at my older videos, right? They're a few days old at this point. Not very old, but if you look back, there's some hate, in the comments. There's no love, and that's fine. I'm not going to sit here and care. Like, I'm giving y'all my opinion. You can take it how it is, right? This song is gas. I would almost say, it is better than Melt Session 1. And I glazed Melt Session 1. So it's S tier. There's no other way about it. I thought he was going to ruin it, and he didn't. And you know how rare that is? Do you understand how rare it is that I'm sitting there thinking, like, okay, this might go bad, and it doesn't? I mean, in the music genre, there's so much stuff I hate. There's so much stuff I dislike, and this is not one of those things. I I'm the 4 minutes into recording on two songs. Like, let's keep it pushing. So worst comes to worst is up next, and I just want to start off by saying there's so many times I've heard in rap someone trying to talk about something real and trying to rap about something that actually matters. That's not just rap hoopla. And almost, I'm not gonna say almost every time, a lot of the time, a good majority, they make that corny. They make it really corny, and it's hard to listen to sometimes. I'm being so for real. Like, I love J. Cole. Sometimes it's hard to listen to how real it has to be. Like sometimes I'm just trying to listen to some music and enjoy it, and it doesn't have to be so real all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure some people really enjoy that, and that's what they listen to rap for. Me, I like a lot of different things about rap, and I'm not just spamming one type of rap. You know what I'm saying? And so there's definitely a great time and place for that kind of music, but it's not my every all the time only what I care about in rap. Now, what I'll say about this is he is not. There's no corniness. It's all he's talking about real things and real problems, and it's just amazing how it sounds so good and it sounds so authentic and so genuine, but yet isn't coming off as corny. Like that's a very fine line he's walking right now, and it's working perfectly in his favor. I loved it. Again, it's gonna be S tier. This whole album might end up S tier, and if that's super glazed, then call me a glazer, man. I'm a donut maker. You know what I'm saying like I only glaze things I like, and right now it's a lot of glaze. I'm not seeing a lot of hate, so uh, let's keep it pushing, man. Okay. So I've come to the realization Denzel Curry is human, and he can flop. Maybe he can flop. Um, I'm not gonna say that John Wayne was bad, but I didn't personally like it. Just it wasn't sounds that it didn't sound good to me. The beat was just a little too wacky. I don't know. It definitely was decent, but it wasn't like these three up here. So personally, I gotta put that in mid, man. Sorry if this is your favorite song. I really am. I that could be a song that you listen to a few times and you start to like it. Like I liked the chorus a lot, but I didn't like the way it sounded. If that makes sense. So I'm just gonna leave that one in B. That's my take though. All right. So the last, um, I feel like if it didn't have the minute long outro, I would have put it in S tier. Um, I think that it could have been like 20 seconds and it would have done the same thing, in my personal opinion. I just don't, and me personally, I don't like when songs are greedy and they just take up too much time. And that one, I really enjoyed everything about it until that. Like the end, I liked it. I liked how it sounded too. It was just long. Like the end, the outro was just like 40 seconds too long. So I'm gonna put that one in A. I mean, I think it could have been S tier, but the outro just takes it away from me. And this is, I mean, it's all personal opinion, but in my personal opinion, I'm not gonna put something on my playlist where a third of the song I'm not enjoying. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just me. Next up, we've got Mental. I wouldn't say that's my favorite track. I would honestly, I liked it. I really thought it was beautiful. I just don't think it was S class. I just personally, I think that's an A tier song. Um, I felt like that's how you better do an outro, where you're talking or at least giving some substance. It was still a longer outro, but that one I had much less problems with. It wasn't. I'm not, I wasn't catchy. It wasn't catchy to me, and maybe it's not supposed to be, but to me there was just there was something that these three songs up here do better, you know, and it was just a better, just a tier above. I mean, honestly, like listening to these three is just different than listening to these bottom three. All right, so we've got Troubles with T Pain. I really enjoyed this one, honestly. There were some parts that were a little bit questionable, but I felt like it worked. It definitely did. I'm putting that one in S tier for sure. I liked T Pain's verse. I liked how it had energy. I mean, this whole song had energy. Denzel Curry came on there with soul, man. Like really letting that mic have it. He really was. So I mean, I enjoyed it. I love that energy, that upbeat, like But I mean, they're talking about troubles and things that music can't fix. But I mean, it still was heat. It definitely scratched that itch. All right, so let's talk about Ain't No Way. That was beautiful. I mean, talk about a master class of rap. He said, this man really said, I got bullets that curve left and right. We call them parentheses or something like that. Something like parentheses. Like, what? Are you joking? Like, we're that is call him the Elon Musk of rap. Like, I don't care what you got to call this man. I heard him call himself what did he call himself? Zeltron. Go ahead. If you need a superhero moniker, go ahead because you deserve it. I mean, this is insane. I can't believe I haven't been listening to Denzel. Like, what? This is crazy. I mean, X-Wing is next. I am very much. I mean, I'm just speechless after X-Wing, man. Like I have nothing I could even. My mind is gone. Like wow, what a song! The chorus was perfect. The verses were amazing. Like wow, dude. Like that's S tier. That's S tier. Going crazy. He's spazzing right now. They can't stop him. No one can stop him. Nerf him. Somebody nerf him. Next up, we've got Angel. Um, again. Sorry, my mic was too far. Again, it's one of those songs where I feel like there's definitely there was a lot of potential. It just has to go an A for me, man. Like that. I'm not a big fan of outros. I'm really not. That one was just a little too long for me, man. I did like the messaging. I did like what he was talking about. And again, I mean, not to harp on the same thing, but he is walking a very fine line of talking about some real things and not being corny about it. I mean, there's no like, I'm not feeling any fake or any like pushed narrative. It feels very authentic and very genuine, and I'm really respecting that. I just there's something about outros, man. Like I'm not the biggest fan. They got to be really intriguing or really like that beat's got to talk to me, man. All right, so the smell of death is next. It's kind of more of like a shorter, I guess, like sort of interlude kind of song. I personally, I wish it was longer. I wish he would have kept that flow going and made it like a whole 2 minute song. But I mean, I'm not gonna step on his artistic process, so that's another A for me. I wish it was longer. I wish there was more to that one, but I mean, I did enjoy what there was there for sure. I really did. All right, so next up we've got Sanjuro or Sanjuro. I don't know how to say that. That might be the best one on the album. I'm not gonna lie. Like that might bring that that might top the whole album because I mean he literally threw in a little 5 second little like show you what I'm about to do right at the start. I love that. I love that, man. He ate it. He ate it for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, bedtime snack, midnight meal, half breakfast in the morning, brunch, leftovers, all of it. I mean, I'm wow. That is my favorite so far of the whole album. That's my favorite. I don't know how to say this one. I might butcher it. Zatoichi. Um, this song is dangerous. Like if I am driving over 70 miles an hour and this song comes on, there's a 30% chance my car is ending up going the wrong way. Like I'm talking full 180 going backwards toe mater style down the highway. Like this I would be drifting. I'd be drifting in a straight line. I'd be drifting so hard. Like 360s nonstop down the highway. Like this is talk about energy, talk about flow. I mean, he was doing things. He was playing hopscotch with his hands. Like I don't know what this man is on right now. Like I don't know what drug he had to take, what substance was consumed, because this is different. Like that's another S tier. That's another banger. Put it on the list. Man, I don't. This is super glazed, dude. This is like super glazed. This is insane. He might be the hottest, my favorite, like hottest new artist. Not new artist, obviously. Hottest artist that's new to me out right now. So I mean, this is unmatched. All right. So last song on the album is The Ills. I really enjoyed it. I just felt like it wasn't on par with these up here. So I'm putting it an A. There's nothing particularly wrong with it or nothing particularly bad about it. I don't know. It just felt a little muddy to me. Felt a little just not as good, not as premium in my opinion. I don't know. But yeah, I mean that was the album. If I had to pick a favorite, it's definitely probably a tie between X-Wing and Sanjuro. These two songs right here. I mean, let's just put them like that. These two songs right here are by far, I mean, just head and shoulders in my opinion, the best. But that doesn't take anything away from these other ones in S tier. They are also amazing. So, amazing album. If I had to rate it out of 10, that's definitely probably a 9.6, 9.7. I mean, one mid song in my opinion out of the whole album. Like, are we joking? There's it might come off as super glazed, but I don't care. Man, that's just fire. That is a fire album. Yeah, I mean, I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Please drop a like and subscribe. Thank you.